New concerns this morning over Oracle's plan to partner with TikTok. President Trump says he's not yet on board with the deal and he'll be briefed today on the proposal. Some in the Trump administration are worried the deal doesn't actually address the underlying issues over Chinese control of the app. Pat Walravens covers Oracle at JMP Securities, and he joins us now. Good morning, Pat. So are you surprised by the amount of resistance this deal is getting from the federal government?
You know, it has definitely been surprising, but it's interesting because as more executives talk about this, there's a big underlying theme that's going on here. And TikTok is just one example of that. And that theme is that increasingly, countries are agreeing, China and the US agree on this, user data that's generated by users is being required by governments to stay in the country where the users are. Right. And China's always done that. And now we're starting to see the US is getting much stricter about that.
Pat, the bottom line, I think, with this deal is that, do you think it addresses the core problem with Oracle, that it's barely growing? If not, in some cases, it's not growing anymore.
Yeah. So, why has Oracle struggled so much to grow over the last 4 or 5 years? And the easy answer to that is because they are super late to the cloud. And why this deal is so important for Oracle and why it would be a great coup for Larry Ellison is, number one, it would be a huge cloud deal for them, right? I mean, Snap is paying Google. Snap did a $2 billion deal with Google. TikTok supposedly is paying Google $800 million. So that's the order of magnitude in terms of the deal size that you're thinking here for Oracle. Number two would be a great reference customer for Oracle. So Oracle is way behind Amazon. They're way behind Microsoft. They're way behind Google in the cloud. And this is a way to help them catch up.
How do you think this all ends up in the end? Are we going to see Oracle having a partnership here? Is President Trump going to put the kibosh on this?
I think they're going to pull it off, actually. One interesting thing about Oracle is the federal government is their largest customer. So all 4 branches of the military use Oracle. 8 of the top 10 agencies use the Oracle Cloud. Oracle's first customer was the CIA. So they have that relationship with the federal government. I'll bet they're able to pull it off. And that's good news for the 100 million or so TikTokers in the US who, my daughter included, definitely want to keep this service around.
Pat, Larry Ellison, Oracle founder, very much in focus throughout this whole process, but he is no spring chicken. What do you know about the succession planning atop for Oracle?
That is a topic that never gets discussed. I mean, look, right now you have Safra Catz, who's the CEO. So I think the game plan is laid out there. But the saying goes that you never want to bet against Larry Ellison, and I suspect he's going to stay in this role for a while.
Do you see a place for Walmart amidst all of this? We know that they had partnered with Microsoft, that went away, but yet the day the deal came out, or possible deal came out with Oracle, Walmart went out of its way to make a statement saying, look, we're still talking to ByteDance here, the owner of the app. So do you think that they're still in play, and what kind of role might they play?
So I would just say that Oracle is look, they're great with the federal government. They're good at security. They're good at reliability. They know very little. I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but very little about the consumer side of these kinds of businesses. So it seems like there is a role for someone that has a much stronger consumer presence. And maybe that's Walmart, maybe it's someone else.
How would this change the financials? Let's say this partnership closes tomorrow. How does this change the next 12 months of financials for Oracle?
Well, it would be just one piece of the puzzle, right? The big thing Oracle's got to get right is they've got to win market share of the cloud infrastructure business back from Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. In April, Larry Ellison worked hard and got a great win in terms of hosting a part of Zoom Technologies cloud business. This would be one more big reference customer, and then the idea they would parlay, Zoom and TikTok into a bunch more. So would it change it overnight? No. I mean, it would be a big deal, as I mentioned earlier, but the hope would be that you have another great reference customer.
Pat, before we let you go, I'm sure you're watching the pressure tech stocks are coming on under. Any sense on what's driving that sell-off?
Well, look, at some point the music has to stop. Okay, so the run up has been tremendous. Obviously, a lot of these companies have really accelerated during the pandemic. But if you go back and you look at it, this whole narrative of digital transformation and 6 years of digital transformation happening in 3 months, it's not really supported by the data. So, 2/3 of the companies in my coverage universe decelerated this last quarter. You would have thought they would have all accelerated. So I think this happens. It happened in 2014 and it happened in 2016. Over time, the trajectory's up, but at some point, the music does have to stop.
Yeah, the music has definitely gone silent today, at least. Pat Walravens at JMP Securities. Good to see you.
Great. Thank you for having me.